Before a golf course can be manicured or a health supplement encapsulated, the raw materials have to be built from scratch. Every urban park and commercial orchard begins its life in a single, often invisible location, the nursery. This is the staging ground. In a nursery, seeds and cuttings are propagated, potted, and stabilized in specialized planting media until they are strong enough to survive outside. The scale of these operations is massive. A single commercial greenhouse can incubate thousands of Phalaenopsis orchids at once, growing delicate tissue cultures to supply private estates and local governments. For major agricultural staples, the footprint expands even further. Open-air nurseries arrange thousands of oil palm seedlings into precise grids, feeding them through highly calibrated fertigation tubes. This represents the highly engineered starting line for our entire agricultural, aesthetic, and medicinal supply chains. To support that demand, nurseries specialize. A facility raising fruit trees requires entirely different environmental controls than a high-tech tissue culture laboratory. This diagram shows the precise science of stem cutting. Horticulturists specifically target sections of a plant based on flexibility, categorizing stems into softwood, semi-hardwood, and mature hardwood to maximize the chance of rooting. This illustration demonstrates a technique called grafting, specifically the wedge cut. A scion, a small branch from one plant, is inserted directly into the split stalk of another, tightly bound until their vascular systems fuse into one. The biological result is striking. Through grafting, a single root system can simultaneously bear entirely different genetic varieties, like yellow and purple plums growing side by side on the exact same trunk. This diagram details another method known as air layering or marcoating. Instead of severing a branch, growers peel back the bark and pack the wound with a moist medium like moss to force root growth. In the field, the process looks like this. The branch is actively incubating new roots inside a sealed plastic bundle, drawing nutrients from the mother plant until it is ready to be cut and planted on its own. By utilizing these techniques, humans bypass the slow, unpredictable process of natural seed reproduction. Growers can engineer and deploy exact biological replicas on demand. These multiplication protocols are the driving force behind the lucrative medicinal plant sector. In botanical terms, herbs are plants with soft or slender woody stems that contain active chemical compounds. As modern medicine looks back toward traditional remedies for antioxidants and raw materials, the global herbal industry is forecast to reach 60 billion ringgit in yearly revenue. This reference grid highlights high-value Malaysian medicinal species cultivated to meet that demand, showcasing a diverse range of plants like misai kucing and Hempedu bumi. Hempedu bumi is particularly notable thanks to its extreme biological hardiness. Growers have successfully transitioned it from a wild weed found in wastelands into a highly sought-after commercial crop. This sector represents the ultimate biochemical extraction of value. It takes the basic cultivation practices of the nursery and turns them into a direct foundation for human healthcare. Once mature, millions of cultivated plants leave the nursery for their final destination, the landscape industry. Here, they are deployed as architectural materials to stabilize and beautify human environments. Landscape architects categorize these plants by physical structure. Shrubs, for instance, are defined by their persistent, multi-stemmed woody bases, distinct from delicate herbaceous plants. Trees evolved a very specific architectural strategy. They developed single, elongated trunks to tower over the rest of the canopy and dominate the competition for sunlight. Palms occupy an entirely unique category. Their structure relies on an unbranched central stem, topped with large, evergreen compound leaves known as fronds. Below the canopy, ground cover forms the lowest layer of vegetation. Beyond aesthetics, these spreading plants serve a crucial functional purpose, acting as a biological shield to protect topsoil from drought and erosion. This visual breaks down a specialized ground cover, turf grass. Horticulturists use these varieties to create a resilient surface that captures runoff and cools the air. Furthermore, a lawn refers to the physical land, while turf is the living, managed grass species growing on top. The supply chain is completely integrated. Nurseries birth the raw botanical materials, the herbal industry extracts chemical value, and landscape architects organize their physical structures to sustain our cities. The next time you walk through an urban park, Or take a botanical supplement. Look closer. You are looking at the direct output of a massive, highly engineered agricultural engine powering the modern world.